So guys, I was watching a YouTube video the other day and they talked about going to Egypt. You know, if you get the chance to do this, do it. I would check to see what the State Department is saying or what your country, what the government's saying about the current situation there and where you're coming from. I was lucky enough to see Egypt twice before it started to get a little crazy there. From what I hear right now, it's okay. You can go. And it is definitely something you should see. And if you go, don't just stay on the sea. I mean, do see the Red Sea. Do swim and scuba dive and everything on the Red Sea. It's awesome. Windsurfing on the Red Sea is pretty interesting. You're looking down crystal clear water. You can see straight through. It's also very weird the way you look out and see sand islands rather than islands with trees on it like in the Caribbean. But make sure that you get to see the pyramids up close. Walk up and look at these things like right in front of you. You can even climb the Great Pyramid, the largest one. You can actually climb up it and even go to the top, but you're going to need two things. You're going to need time. So if you're on a tour, that's not going to work probably because you won't be given that much time. You need time, and you need probably a rope and another person because you're going to have to help each other get up some of the larger stones. Some of these rocks are too large to actually pull yourself up without help. So you need another man. As you get maybe 4 or 5 stones high off the ground, it starts to get more and more difficult. The stones around you are larger, higher jumps, so you can jump up and pull yourself up with your arms, but it becomes more difficult. But definitely worth doing, absolutely. What else? If they offer you the possibility to go in one of the pyramids, would you go in? Do that. Do that. It's very strange. It's very interesting. You're going to have a problem with the air. Here is us entering the tunnel. A couple seconds after this, Dasha said she had to turn around. Couldn't breathe. Believe it or not. As you go in, after you get about, maybe the length of your hallway in a 2-bedroom flat. Something like this. Inside of the pyramid, you may feel like there's no air, but just go low, keep going, get low and keep going, and the air will come back. This same phenomenon happens. I've seen it in caves also. It's something about the air is recirculating, up until a certain point, and then it's blocked. So the air after that point is actually very old air. You can smell the difference. There seems like a section, it's like a bubble in the middle of these two where there's a lot of carbon dioxide, and there's no oxygen. The oxygen is kind of used up. So be mindful of that, but definitely do that. Oh my God. One of the things inside the pyramid, the stones are absolutely perfect. How the hell did they do that? Artem, my son, was brave, so we went on in, and we were the only ones in the pyramid. Hey, take a look at those stones. Perfectly cut, no mortar. How are they sticking together for this time? How many thousands of years? I don't know. There's no mortar. There's nothing. It's just they're absolutely perfectly cut. I don't even understand it myself. And they're huge. I mean, they're half the size of the car I'm sitting in. So I don't know. Look at the Great Sphinx. The Sphinx also. That's something definitely to see. Notice that the Sphinx is not the Sphinx that we see today. You're looking at the head and the body, but it was actually much deeper than it is. Those legs are remade. So much history. Definitely go if you get a chance. I know it's difficult, but make it happen. It's something to see. So they're modern. So look at the legs, and you can see the bricks that they're made out of. Also, look at the stones on the left. Huge. Absolutely huge. Here is also my picture with the legs. And here, look close up. It's bricks and remade. Look at this. This is the tunnel I'm talking about. The Sphinx used to also be buried under sand, even up until recent times. Many times it was buried and uncovered. There's supposed to be the library, the copy of the Library of Alexandria under the Sphinx. I saw this image in a book when I was in Egypt, and I haven't been able to find it online until just now. Look how deep the Sphinx actually goes. And look at the temple between its legs. Walking through the door here is that Library of Alexandria copy. So, interesting stuff. Oh, by the way, if you look at the Sphinx, look at the edges around it, and you will notice that there is, looks like a square holes on the side that go way deep, but they've taken and made bricks around this thing, so the top is open, but it's square bricked off like I don't even know how to explain it, like an entrance. But you know, you could take a rope and go down there, and if you get a chance to go up that close, look down inside there, and you will see it goes down and then in. It really does. It goes down a few floors down. You know, like, you know, you're watching a few floors of a building down and then in. One other really awesome thing, please, if you get a chance to try it, do. If you're hanging around by the pyramids, where, you know, the pyramids are actually part of the city of Cairo. It's pretty weird. Not in the beginning, but now the city has almost engulfed them. You know, it's almost come around them. So you can literally be driving in the city, look up, and in the horizon see the pyramids. You can turn a corner in the city center and look down the street, and there's the pyramids rising out on the horizon. It's a modern city, and there's the pyramids on the... It's the weirdest sensation, right? It's like oxymoron. But if you're hanging around towards that side of the city, you know, right where the gate is or whatever to go out there, around sunset, and you see some people with horses, if, you know, you can approach them, they will take you out on the desert at night, and it is the most unbelievable... I don't even know how to explain to you. It's just a wow thing. So, you know, the sun's setting as you're going out, and then, of course, when in the desert, when it gets sunset, it's like, you know, day, dark, you like that. And dark, I'm talking about you can't even see... I didn't even see my horse. You know, a few stars in the sky, and no moon that night. But you could see the pyramids until the sun was completely gone. So it was like the pyramids were out in the distance. And then the other thing is, as you're out there longer, they light them up at night, and it is quite a weird... It's like you're in a movie or something. All right, here I am on horseback, and it's getting darker and darker as we're riding out through the ancient part of the city. Actually, a lot of these buildings are Roman, left over from Roman times. Now it's getting even darker. You can see the sun is set already, and then it just turns black. Here's the Sphinx lit up with the pyramids too. Pretty scary, pretty cool. So if you get a chance to do these things, have these experiences, I encourage you to do them, and as long as it's safe, go. Diving on the Red Sea is just awesome too. You know, windsurfing on the Red Sea, just awesome. So, you know, hopefully you guys get to do this. Let me know in the comments if you are going or you have experienced. It is a little bit different country, so be careful. You can see somebody has sprayed the engine compartment with a AK-47 here. This is a picture of my flat, just to give you an idea. Here's the Nile at night, the Nile during the day. Weird scene of archaeology that I actually was there. Nile at night. Here's another shot of my apartment. It's pretty big inside, actually, with these columns separating the room. Nile at night. This is the oldest pyramid, the stepped pyramid. Right next to it, I found some markings on a stone. Looked like somebody was doing some cutting. Tomb that I went inside of. And me next to the stepped pyramid. Here you go. All right, take care, guys.